The construction of the Nicaragua Canal is underway, driven by Chinese investment in Latin America that will crush the Mexican corridor. This project aims to create a new shipping route that might forever change the balance of maritime commerce. But what is behind this significant investment, and how could it impact global trade routes? Join us as we examine the progress of this canal project and its potential effects on the Mexican corridor. The Mexican corridor, primarily referring to the interoceanic routes through Mexico, including the Tehuantepec Isthmus Railway and potential canal projects, has been a significant yet underutilized maritime passage. Its historical context stretches back to the early explorations for a navigable link between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, predating the more famous Panama Canal. The idea was to provide a shorter and more efficient route for global maritime trade, especially beneficial for ships traveling between the eastern United States and the west coast of the Americas or Asia. Despite its potential, the Mexican corridor never achieved the same level of development or global significance as its Central American counterpart. Various factors contributed to this outcome, including technological limitations, geopolitical interests, and economic considerations. The construction of the Panama Canal in the early 20th century, backed by U.S. interests and engineering capabilities, eventually overshadowed alternative routes through Mexico. The Panama Canal quickly became a significant maritime route, facilitating the global movement of goods by significantly reducing the travel distance between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. In contrast, the Mexican corridor remained a secondary option, used predominantly for regional trade or as an alternative during periods when the Panama Canal faced capacity constraints or geopolitical tensions. The infrastructure in the Mexican Isthmus, although improved over time, did not match the scale or efficiency of the Panama Canal. The railway system across the Tehuantepec Isthmus, for example, served as a land bridge for cargo but could not compete with the maritime passage offered by the canal. So, how does the emergence of the new Chinese canal project signal a shift in the global maritime trade, destroying the Mexican corridor altogether? This initiative, driven by China's expanding economic and geopolitical influence, aims to establish a new, efficient maritime route that could rival or even surpass the strategic importance of both the Panama Canal and the underexploited Mexican corridor. By investing in Latin America and leveraging its economic prowess, China seeks to create an alternative passage that enhances its global trade capabilities and extends its influence in the region. The construction of the Chinese Canal is evidence of China's long-term strategic vision and its commitment to reshaping global trade routes. Unlike the Mexican corridor, which remained underdeveloped due to various constraints, the Chinese project is characterized by significant investment, advanced technology, and a clear strategic purpose. This endeavor reflects China's ambition to position itself as a dominant player in international trade and logistics, challenging existing maritime corridors and potentially redirecting the flow of global maritime traffic. But why does China want to construct this maritime passage? China's strategic vision for constructing a new canal is rooted in its broader Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, aimed at enhancing global trade networks and solidifying its economic and geopolitical influence worldwide. This vision encompasses the development of infrastructure projects across various continents, facilitating a more interconnected global trade system that is increasingly centered around China's economic interests. The new canal project is an extension of this strategy, focusing on creating an alternative maritime route that could serve as a link in the global shipping and logistics network. By offering a shorter or comparable transit time for shipping between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, this canal aims to attract a significant portion of global maritime traffic, thus redirecting trade flows in favor of routes that are more beneficial to China's economic and strategic interests. China's approach to this project involves substantial investment in infrastructure, cutting-edge technology, and comprehensive planning to ensure the canal's viability and competitiveness. The Chinese government and its state-owned enterprises are leading the charge, employing their vast resources and expertise in large-scale infrastructure projects to bring this ambitious vision to fruition. This includes engaging in diplomatic and economic partnerships with countries in Latin America, where the canal will be located, to secure the necessary support and cooperation for the project's success. Furthermore, the strategic vision behind the Chinese Canal project also has significant geopolitical implications, as it represents an opportunity for China to expand its influence in Latin America and beyond. By establishing a major infrastructure project in the region, China positions itself as a key player in the Western Hemisphere, challenging traditional spheres of influence and creating new dynamics in international relations. This move is consistent with China's broader strategy of using economic investments to strengthen its global presence and foster dependencies that can be leveraged for diplomatic and strategic advantages. Nicaragua plays a central role in the construction of the new Chinese Canal, serving as the geographical host for this project. The country's strategic location between the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea makes it an ideal site for creating a new maritime passage that aims to rival the Panama Canal and offer an alternative to the Mexican corridor. The proposed route through Nicaragua is also a significant opportunity for the nation to elevate its status on the international stage and potentially transform its economy. The proposed canal route in Nicaragua is designed to connect the Pacific Ocean with the Caribbean Sea, cutting across the country and potentially impacting various ecosystems, including lakes, rivers, and rainforests. The route is planned to optimize the distance and conditions for maritime transit, ensuring that ships can pass through efficiently while minimizing environmental and social impacts. This involves extensive engineering work, including the construction of locks, dredging of waterways, and creation of new channels to accommodate large vessels that traverse global trade routes. The Nicaraguan government has been an active proponent of the canal, seeing it as a catalyst for economic development and a means to elevate the nation's profile globally. By partnering with China and engaging in this ambitious project, Nicaragua aims to attract foreign investment, create jobs, and stimulate various sectors of its economy, from construction and engineering to services and logistics. But that's not all. The proposed route through Nicaragua also highlights the technical and logistical challenges involved in constructing such a vast and complex infrastructure project. Engineers and planners must navigate issues related to geological stability, water management, and environmental preservation. The route's planning involves sophisticated analyses to ensure that the canal is feasible and sustainable in the long term, balancing economic ambitions with the imperative to protect Nicaragua's natural heritage. Moreover, Nicaragua's role in this project is symbolic of the shifting dynamics in global infrastructure development, where countries in the global south are increasingly becoming sites for major projects that have far-reaching economic and geopolitical implications. Nicaragua's partnership with China on the Canal project shows how developing countries use strategic assets to build international alliances and reshape economic and political dynamics. So, why does this canal appeal to Nicaragua? The project is anticipated to generate a surge in employment opportunities, potentially creating hundreds of thousands of jobs during both the construction phase and the operational stage. These jobs will span a wide range of sectors, from construction and engineering to logistics and service industries, thereby injecting vitality into the Nicaraguan economy. The influx of foreign investment associated with the canal's construction will also stimulate economic growth, improve infrastructure, and enhance the country's attractiveness to further international investments. However, the canal's impact extends beyond Nicaragua, potentially altering the landscape of global trade. By offering a new route for maritime traffic, the canal is expected to increase competition among global trade corridors, which could lead to lower shipping costs and more efficient trade routes. This increased competition may also drive improvements and expansions in existing canals and trade routes, as they adapt to maintain their relevance and competitiveness in the face.